if you are a couple working together in this industry as real estate agents, keep watching this video because I'm going to dive into some of the commonly asked questions around branding, lead generation, working together, process, systems, etc. My name is Tharmila Rajasingam. I'm a real estate agent, real estate marketer, and a global team leader with the eXp Realty brokerage. And if this is your first time coming to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit the notification bell to get more updates on more content like this. And make sure if you have any questions at all, anything to do with marketing, lead generation, CRM, kvCORE, working with young children at home, and working with investors, name it, you can leave it in the comment section below and I'll be happy to cover them in upcoming videos. And make sure you watch this video to the very end because I want to give you some information as to how you can partner with me, get access to all my training for free globally. It doesn't matter what country you're in, we can partner with you and work together. So let's talk a little bit about this topic in particular. And this is really great for if you're a real estate agent with the eXp Realty and you're part of a domestic team. If you're a married couple, this would be more relevant to you. But again, if you are a couple, it's no matter what brokerage you're at. I really wanted to address some of the commonly asked questions here. First and foremost, if you're going to work with your partner, whether you are already working together or you're thinking about partnering together, getting your license together, a couple of things you want to keep in mind is just getting to the understanding of goals. And especially if you've never worked with your partner before, it could be a huge eye opener. And sometimes it could be a barrier in really growing your business for many reasons: personality clashes, ideas, and just figuring out each other's strength and skill set. For us, was figuring out our niche was everything. And that's to do with anything, guys, whether you're working alone, single, solo, to partner, part of a team. Make sure you have a niche, primary audience that you serve and you work with. And that doesn't mean that you don't get to work with buyers, sellers, and other people. But for Josh and I, we come together, and what we specialize in is realtors and investors. So it's really important that I talk about investors and content for investors on all of our medium and working together. And as you can see on all of our channels, I talk a lot about realtors because I work really closely with realtors. So it's really important to identify who your audiences are within your business and what you do. And also, once you determine, and this may take a little while working together, but if you're somebody who's been together for a long time and you know each other's strengths, weaknesses, skill set, leverage that. I'm somebody, for Josh and I, we work so well together because we really approach it from a divide and conquer perspective, because we have too many things on our plate, especially now with our children. So many things come up where they take precedent over anything. So it's really important for us that we take responsibility and divide and conquer, and being more really efficient, and productivity is really important for us. And for example, we use tools to help us with this. And I've talked about this in other videos, and I'm going to dive deep into them in future videos. Things like Asana, other project management tools, whether you're using Notion or Monday.com, whatever it may be, or even kvCORE, it helps you manage your task. I recommend you both dive into them, assign each other tasks. It's great for accountability. It's great for really keeping things organized so that you don't get inundated with too many tasks and who's doing what and he said, she said, and it's going to get really confusing and it's going to create a lot of tension. And trust me, I've been there. And the other thing you both want to talk about is branding. And as you can see from our social media, our YouTube channel, to our website, everything we do is really connected together as this one cohesive brand, even the content and work that we do with realtors. So everything under the real estate umbrella, Josh and I are working together. Yes, there's some task or there's a particular niche that I focus on, and then he does thing, and he has his lane. But essentially, our branding is together in everything we do. And the reason why we did that is because really is that divide and conquer. And in the event that all of our clients know, they get emails from our email signature is the same, our kvCORE, which I'm going to dive into in a little bit, our YouTube, everything. So just in case somebody gets a search alerts, and it happened to me last week where a client called me and her and I were talking about properties, and she says, "Oh yeah, Josh, I get his emails all the time." And we're together in all of our everything that we do. So in the event that I'm not able to go to a showing, or if there's a negotiation happening when we're doing a listing, we list things together. And it's really important. I've talked about this in other future videos, is because of problem solving. And it's great to, and sometimes you'll realize that some clients, they work better with you and they might work better with your husband, your partner. So it's really important to really lead the way into whose personality really works with them. I think that's what is so great about having your partner working with you and being a part of a domestic team is that you two are two different people with two different personality, and you can attract more people. And so you're not really stuck to just your type of people. You have your husband can work with his type of people, and whatever that means, right, in terms of personality. And sometimes you meet a client and you're like, oh, this person totally vibed with me, and you can just continue to lead that relationship. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, and it's a really common question that I get asked because I do a lot of training on kvCORE and systems process, is kvCORE in general. When you become an agent at eXp Realty, or even if you're part of other brokerage, you get a login, and sometimes these logins are single logins or just solo. And what Josh and I have done is crafted and brand all of our kvCORE, because we're one team and we're part of a domestic team, married couple at eXp Realty. For us, it was really important that we didn't have two separate CRM because we were doing the same business. So obviously, anything that I do for with my realtors and any real estate training, that's on a completely different CRM called CRM Grow. I do completely different work in there because there are a lot of it is to do with me because I run mastermind calls. I'm leading the team. I'm providing consultations for my agents, etc. Where Josh and I together, we're working with our buyer, seller clients, our investor clients, and we put all of that, the real estate aspect of things, into kvCORE. And as you can see, we actually branded it all again cohesively and really consistent with every other platform. And it's really important because if they were to leave our primary website and get to the kvCORE website to search for properties, there isn't a big disconnect, and they didn't feel like they left to go elsewhere. So our branding is really important, and that we're both in it together. And which is why we have one kvCORE, one login. And yes, both Josh and I got both of our access to logins to kvCORE. And I use his, we both actually use his kvCORE for other things, which is not to do with real estate, meaning not to do with our real estate clients, but we're starting to kind of use that for agent attraction as well. But for our real estate purposes, in terms of buyer, seller clients, and our investor client, we have one kvCORE. We have set of tasks, all of our campaigns, all of our trips, everything go through one kvCORE. And the reason why we've done it this way, and we even branded everything under that one roof, and the reason why we do that again is for efficiency, productivity. But within that, we have each of our domain. For example, the templates and emails, I created them, but Josh does all the scheduling, all creating the actual weekly emails. Josh does most of the follow up in terms of phone call, unless a particular client has come to me and spoken to me. And again, like I said, sometimes you vibe better with certain clients than your partner might, and take advantage of that and really lead with that. And the other thing is just YouTube, social media, figuring out. I record the video and I do what I need to put it up. I do the description, and then Josh goes in and does the optimization, adding any keywords that he needs to, etc., to really launch the video. And then we work together to get, now that we have somebody else doing our YouTube thumbnails for us on our real estate channel, we have both of us kind of working on that together. But again, all of these tasks, and you've probably seen my either my master class on systems and process or my YouTube videos where I dive a little bit deeper into how the standard operation procedures work and who's doing what, and going through Asana. So I recommend that you find a system that works for you. I know this is a lot to take in, but I really wanted to touch on this because this is an important topic. It's a commonly asked questions that I get really often, a lot of my webinars and mastermind calls. So I wanted to come on here, share this with you. Again, like I said, if you have any questions around this, you want me to dive a little deeper, give you examples, happy to. Leave them in the comment section below. Send me a DM on Instagram. And if you got this far to the video, make sure you head to the description and click on that link about joining our group, and just look at the tip of the iceberg of just everything that we offer to our agents for free. When you partner with us, work with us, and our brokerage is in 23 countries and counting at the time of this recording. I recommend that you look into this and sit down with us and pick my brain. And I'm happy to share some information as to how this could change your business for the better, and to help you build and be surrounded by people who are creating passive residual income and have access to multiple streams of income and working efficiently, and increasing their productivity, and to do bigger impact. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Tharmila Rajasingam. I'm a real estate marketer, real estate agent, and a global team leader with the eXp Realty brokerage. Once again, thank you for being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, and notification bell to get updates on more content like this. I'll see you next time.